nasty team. Watch out, the dogs are coming. Y'all niggas better start to running.
Well. It's another Tuesday night, and here we are with another episode of the Dog Pound. K9 will be here soon, and we got a few guests for tonight. Mr. Bernie uh, Bashamel will be joining us, along with Mr. Vincent Rock Hudson. I'm going to talk with Miss Melissa Smith around 9:30 or so Eastern Time. And, well, you know, we all know why K9 is late. Because he don't want to do them 100 push-ups. But I ain't forgot. But that's okay. All right, where's my people at over here in the comments? Come on now, where y'all at? Okay. Let's get this show started. Let's get on the road here. Well, if we ever had a heavyweight fight that lived up to the hype, this was one. Hey, what's going on, El Toro? I see Ben the Max is here. What's going on, guys? Wisconsin in the house. Well, hey, love Wisconsin. Do a couple podcasts up there. Some of you guys got some very good guys coming out of Wisconsin here lately. What's going on? 357 Dallas, Texas in the house. What's going on, Dallas? El Toro, what did you think of the first, Usyk and his upset over, of course, Joshua? And then we turn around and we get this great fight with Fury and Wilder. Hey, Canada, we definitely went international. I mean, like the flavor here, like the flavor. So, come on, guys, give me some opinions here. How does this rate in your top 5 heavyweight championship fights? Your top 10. If it's outside your top 10, evidently you're not a boxing fan, or evidently you must be Stevie Wonder. But anyway, I think Stevie would put this in his top 10. But anyway, let's keep on talking here. So, Canada, you guys, let's see. I thought Wilder would do better. Well, other than winning the fight, 357, what did you think that Wilder could have done better? As a matter of fact, is SB, is there any way that we can get 357 in the house? Anyway, because I think when K9 and I talked about this fight, I said that if it went into the championship rounds, you had to give Fury the edge because of his size and because of the fact that he could handle that weight. It wasn't the fact that he just came in there. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like I said, yeah, top 5, top 10, outside the top 10, no. Who would be your number one? Who's that to say top 5? Wilder couldn't do that. Well, it's not so much that Fury has his ticket, but you give Fury some credit here, and this was something that I didn't do way early in Fury's career, even though I knew that he had been touted and taught by Emmanuel Stewart. And as everyone says, the jab saves some energy for later on. 357. Deontay Wilder didn't have a jab when he was with Mark Breland. He didn't have a jab when he was the heavyweight champion of the world. Everyone has talked about the need for him to have a jab. So I don't know how people thought that all of a sudden he was going to acquire a jab in this fight. He used the jab when he was going according to his fight plan. But as we all know, when the bell rings, the fight plan goes out the window. Deontay Wilder did everything that this man could possibly do. The man fractured both hips. Well, I mean, come on. What else? I'm stunned, and I'm not. I haven't been in the ring, but I know people that have had broken hips. Yeah. So, but yeah, the jab say yeah. K9, join the show. Okay. I'm boxing at 36 years old, 200 pounds in Wisconsin versus Studs. Hey, and where is this? Where are you boxing? Hey, come on, give yourself a shameless plug there, man. Where are you boxing at? Who's your trainer? You know, give us some information. Maybe we'll get you on the show. You know, I mean, you know, like, we like all boxers here. That's the purpose of the show. Is to show that boxing transforms all race, all ages, the whole 9 yards. Boxing is a fraternity of its own and in itself, and this is what we do. We promote boxing. I mean, hell, we have right now. You have Nonito Donaire is a world champion. Manny Pacquiao, world champion. And, my co-host here, this guy here, K9, up until other than Manny Pacquiao, I believe he's the oldest world champion. So congratulations, Max. We wish you well, man. And like I said, hey, give us some information. Maybe we can go on YouTube, see some of your stuff. Hey, we love to see guys in the business. Chris Jones, Wilder kept dropping his hands and lifting his head way back. I didn't like that. Hey, I didn't either, but like I said, at some time during the fight, especially after the fourth round, I really think Wilder fought the best. You talk about somebody being a warrior and showing the heart of a warrior, showing wanting to go out on his shield. I mean, you have no better example than this fight here. 5 knockdowns in a heavyweight fight. Yeah, I need K9 here because I can't do the rewind. But if I could, let me tell you, let's say that again. 5 knockdowns in a heavyweight fight. And guys, don't forget what we have the scroll there on the bottom. we really thank you for all your support. Uh, check out the Cash App there. Thank you, Max. I saw you had a donation. Thank you so much. We appreciate uh, like, share, comment, uh, and don't forget we have a super chat. We have a Cash App. And you can also go on our page, and we're trying to raise money for water for Flint, Michigan. They still have a water problem there. And we just want to contribute to this sport, contribute to the youth, and Stevie. Water has mega heart. Proud of him. I'm telling you, uh, Stevie, Max, I'm 37 boxing. Yeah, see, it was a good fight, but to me, heavyweight is weak for USA, so I wanted Wilder to win. There's my man.
Yo,
There,
Jay, what up? Can you hear me?
yes, sir. We can hear you, man. Hey,
All right. Hey, hold on, rewind that. You say 5 knockdowns?
was
5 knockdowns.
5? I didn't say knockouts. I said knockdowns.
Knockdowns. I had to catch myself. All right. All right.
But you know, I said that I wasn't gonna wear the gold
Okay.
until my Steelers won. And
Ah.
guess what, man? Hey, they come through for me, man. They come
Relax,
through.
champ.
They knocked out my Broncos.
Relax, champ.
And I was just talking to Max here, man. Max says he's 36 years old. He's 200 pounds, and he's
Yeah.
still boxing now. I was congratulating him. I told him, hey, you know, we we have somebody here on the show that can tell him about boxing at a late age and
Man.
being a world champ. So
Yeah.
hey,
Talk
so
to
you
him.
36, and 200. Just keep on chopping, Jack. You never can tell what might happen. You know,
Exactly.
you know. But
Yeah.
and then there's a note of sadness.
Okay. Wow.
You know, and what's that other noise that you wah wah wah? Yeah,
Wah,
that one.
wah,
Yeah,
wah. There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
Okay.
100, 100.
Oh. Oh, I owe you. Somebody hating. I owe you. I owe you. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do 100 cent
Hey
to
man,
you.
hey
I'm gonna
man,
send it. Yeah.
hey, don't look. I,
Yeah.
the next time you're on Instagram, just give me,
Yeah.
just say this is 50 for James,
Yeah.
and, you know, the, you said you didn't, we stipulated you didn't have to do them all at one time, so
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
but
Right.
hey
Yeah.
man, look here,
No, you
look,
was on it. You was on. Hey, look, I didn't think it was gonna go no 11 rounds. It went 11 rounds. It barely went 11 rounds.
it-
I was almost right,
oh
but I
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, but hey, as I was saying before you got here, man.
yeah.
I don't think that there's anyone that has watched boxing that wouldn't put this heavyweight fight in their top 5, at least their top 10, if not the top
In
5.
history, in history.
Yes.
Woo. Hey, look, you reaching, boy. You reaching.
Now,
You
now,
reaching.
now, now, now,
Hey,
now remember, there's 20 years when you wasn't even on the earth that
yeah,
I was watching boxing.
absolutely.
So
But
I'm saying, so hold on now. So I'm
go
saying
ahead.
that's why I said it. It doesn't have to be in your top 5, but
Yeah.
I would at least put it in your top 10. And I didn't say I wasn't including all weights. I said heavyweights. So lower weights, your weight class, some others, then I would say, yeah, maybe down a little bit more in maybe the top 25. But in heavyweights, I would have to put it in the top 10.
I mean, that's good for today. And in
Yeah,
the time we're living in,
for today.
for
For
today,
today.
for today, because you gotta think when boxing was at its height, we had heavyweight fights that were like this all the time. We talking about 50, 100 heavyweight fights that was like this all the time.
No,
We talking about,
first of all, you ain't had 50 or 100 fighters. I mean, okay.
huh?
Hold on. After you get past, and I'm talking about in the heyday,
Mhm.
after you get, who was your fifth heavyweight fighter after Muhammad Ali?
My fifth,
Yeah.
my fifth heavyweight. Muhammad Ali wasn't even first. So I mean, you want to say after
No,
my
no, no,
first?
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
after Muhammad Ali.
We're just saying. I'm talking about in the era,
Oh,
because what I want to compare is
okay,
two fighters
yeah.
with the talent of Fury and Wilder in the ring at the same time. That's what I'm trying to compare.
I mean, I could
Uh,
go on for I could listen. I could go on for days. Okay, so we got Muhammad Ali, right?
yeah.
We got Mike Tyson.
Wait a minute. No, they weren't in the same era.
You said
They
top
couldn't
five,
fight each other. They
top
couldn't
five.
fight. No, no, that's
Yeah.
not. I said
Rewind
that.
that. You said
Yeah.
top five.
No. I said the top 5 heavyweight fights. I didn't say the top 5 heavyweight fighters. I said the top heavyweight fights. Like for instance,
Okay.
Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson.
Okay.
So
I
what?
okay, I got you. Let me go ahead. Okay, I got you. So we
Okay.
got Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield. Or three fights.
No.
Three fights.
Okay. So you which one of those would you say has the ability of a Tyson Fury? I would say
Tyson
both
Fury?
of them had. I would say both of them had the ability of a Deontay Wilder.
Now we saying the fight though. You said far as the best fight.
No, no,
Evander Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe first
no,
fight is
and
better
then
than this fight, Tyson Fury
I
versus
said when
Deontay
you
Wilder.
match up. I say when you match up
You
talent.
keep switching the game, brother.
No.
You,
I said
you,
I
you
I
mad with
said
DJ.
no. I said when like Tyson Fury
Yeah.
versus versus
See?
uh,
Uh-oh.
come on, when Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is you give me one fighter with the same talent as Deontay Wilder, and the other fighter has to have the same talent as Tyson Fury. So, for instance, Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. Those are two that I would say would be maybe above this fight.
Yeah,
Another fight that I would say would be above this one would be George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali.
right.
So when I'm saying two fighters, especially the Foreman fight, because you could say Foreman was Tyson Fury and Muhammad Ali was Deontay Wilder. As far as
Oh no.
why not? Because at that time, had anybody seen anybody bigger than Tyson Fury? I mean, than George Foreman. George Foreman was the biggest MF that there was in the ring.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm comparing him to Tyson Fury
I mean,
because
it's different days.
because of the
Different days,
size.
different times. It's really hard to compare the two because the athletes today are featured in nature. They are so much bigger. Like Tyson Fury, I mean, listen, George Foreman was nowhere near the size or the height as Tyson Fury. But I think George Foreman would have, man, he would have probably did something to Tyson Fury. George Foreman can hit real hard. We talking about a young George Foreman. A young George Foreman with skills, with
So
experience. You got to remember, Deontay Wilder doesn't have that much experience, even though he won a bronze medal. He's not that experienced.
Well, and once again, you know, when you get down to Deontay Wilder, there's no way, yeah, that first of all, like somebody else said, maybe it's just that Tyson Fury has his number, but you cannot beat Tyson Fury without a jab.
Well, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh man.
like I said, our heart, was with Deontay,
Yeah.
but the size, man, you know.
Right.
But we got a couple people coming in. Bernie, of course. I wanted Bernie to come in, talk about it. Bernie's your man. So
Yeah.
and then Vince. Of course, he is doing a thing with the Chicago and the Chicago boxers. And Melissa, just to more or less keep us on track, think about, hey, I wanted to know. I know you keep up with Clarissa. Did you see Clarissa called your boy out?
Who, Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
so hey, but we had it in tennis.
Yeah.
What you think, man?
Who?
You,
No, you know what? To be honest with you, I don't think it's fair for a man and woman to fight each other. Now, respect to Clarissa, but fighting against a man, and even though the man isn't a national champion, even though the man isn't a two-time gold medalist, even though the man probably is never going to win a world championship, the man still is a man, and he can fight. When he first started, he wasn't that good. But over the few years, he done turned to be a decent beginner pro. And if they was to fight each other, if they would allow them to actually fight, if she was on here and she heard me say that I believe that Jake would win, she would be mad at me. But I mean, this is a man. Let's just say that it's a woman versus a man. And that man be sparring with other men, even though they probably don't go 100%. Talking about the world champions. They don't go 100% against him or hit him 100%, but they go 70, 80%. Now, a real man that's a world champion couldn't go, I'm talking about that's in the same weight class as her or as heavy as Jake Paul couldn't go 70% against her as a woman. You get in there with some men who are not really throwing punches at you to hurt you, and you get in there and be thinking that you can hang with them. But, a woman is a woman and a man is a man. No matter even if they want to be like this or like that, you still are what God created you to be. No matter how much you want to be something else, you are what you are. And
well,
that's
I mean,
real talk.
but in this case, that wouldn't apply to Clarissa because she has never tried to be anything but what she is. But I thought
I mean, and listen, listen, me personally, getting in the ring with a woman, she could be a world champion. She could be up to 200 some pounds. She could be a woman and be 200 some pounds, a heavyweight. And she wouldn't be able to do nothing with me. She could be the greatest female fighter in the world. She could be 200 some pounds and she could be a woman and she couldn't do nothing with me. Now, a man, on the other hand, he don't even have to be a world champion. Weighing 200 some pounds, I'll probably be in trouble. I sparred Tyson Fury before he was world champ. And I was the champ of the world. And I was leery about getting in the ring with him. You know why? 6'9". Let me rewind that. 6'9" and a heavyweight. And he a man just like me. And speaking of women, we got a woman on this boy right here. I think you know her real good. Melissa.
Hey,
how you doing, Melissa?
I am good. I'm back here listening and like,
Yeah. What
Yeah,
do you think about a woman fighting a man? So could you get in the ring with James King right now?
you know, I look, Clarissa's a great fighter. She's strong and she's a lot of things, but somebody like Jake Paul, he's a wild fighter. Yes, he is more skilled, but he's also very wild, and he could really hurt her.
I'm telling you.
I think, there's just a difference in the musculature between men and women. I think in the smaller weight classes it may be a little more even, especially when you're talking about kids or even, teenagers. But once you get to man strength, women's strength, I personally think it's a little bit dangerous, and I wouldn't. It's not something I would recommend ever having. It's different than tennis, and that was Bobby Riggs, and I mean, that was a whole crazy time. But it's also let's look at it this way: if you think of tennis and boxing, in tennis, pros can compete in the Olympics. Not the greatest because they have more skill, so they have a better chance to win. But all right, it's just that. In boxing, when you have a pro fighting an amateur, you are getting into very dangerous territory because people can die of boxing. They can't die of tennis unless somebody just, bad luck has a heart attack. But you can't die from boxing. You can't be permanently maimed from tennis, and that's the fear, is that once you get to a certain weight class, it gets dangerous.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I come. Listen, I understand. Having confidence is one thing, but I don't think she ever been hit by a man. You know what I mean?
Well, she has. She spars with men, but whether, as you say, she's been hit 100%,
real by a man, yes, 100%.
by a male boxer, I don't know the answer.
100%.
I don't know the answer.
I
do know she grew up sparring guys.
Yeah, of course. But let me tell you something. Women have to spar guys because it's not enough women that box. Every female that's came across in Michigan, every female that I know have to spar with men, or have to spar with little boys, or teenagers, because it's not enough women to get that work. And majority of the times, if you want to get better, the female will have to spar with a dude that's better than her. Because if he's not as good as her, then she gonna mess around and hurt him. So it's never really fair. The female that's sparring with the dude, if he's littler than her, then she has to kind of go light with him. But then if he's bigger than her, then he has to kind of go light with her. So it's really never fair when it's a female versus a dude, unless you get a female that's 152 and you get a little amateur kid that's like 126, 130. Then that might be kind of even. It's a balance.
No, and I've seen it. I see it at Gleason's all the time because, women, all the pros out of Gleason's, they're always fighting men. And, it depends on who the guy is, how experienced a boxer. Because you can be a really experienced boxer and know how to spar so that you're really helping the pro do what they need to do and not get killed either way. And that's true, whoever the pro is. When you're in training, you're not there to get the crap beat out of you. You're there to learn the things that you need so that you can meet your opponent. And that's really what real sparring is about. It's experience, learning all the tricks of the trade, learning how to fight in a ring, not just on the pads with your training. That's what it's about. It's not about getting hurt.
Yes, it's right. It's not about getting hurt. But, hey, unfortunately, I think that more of the concussions and the trauma, it starts in the gym. I don't think that majority of the time when fighters end up dying in the ring or end up brain dead or end up with blood on their brain, I think it comes from the sparring in the gym. I believe that it should be some kind of commission or some kind of law or some kind of union that has, trainers or officials, referees that's licensed in the state of every city should go to every gym at least probably once a week to monitor the sparring, because I done saw some kids in my city, oh my goodness, punish each other. I'm talking about their brain is not even fully developed. And I'm sitting there, I'm live recording it because I got it on my live. And I'm like, oh man. Then I'm hearing a young man tell his son afterwards, man, why you ain't hit that boy harder? He wanted to beat his son up, but not doing good. I mean, you can't do good all the time.
Exactly.
but that but you have to remember that also is that we are in a different time because K9, when you came up through boxing,
Yeah.
I mean, this was, come on now, going through Kronk Gym, there was
Yeah.
no such thing as an easy day. There was
No,
no such thing as taking it easy
I'm
on
glad
your
you said
opponent.
that. No, get back to what you just said.
That
You
there
said
was
it's
no
a different
that,
time. It's a different
yeah,
time, but the
yeah,
same
but
old SHIT is going on
right,
right now.
Yes.
right. But
Yes.
but
Really the
but what I'm
same
saying,
since day one.
but what I'm saying is, you have guys that the it's not the kids. It's like you said, it's the dads or the grandfathers that are back there
That's
telling the
true.
kid,
That's
you
true.
know,
That's
it's
true.
not the kid. So you have to sometimes when you see some of those fathers, you also have to tell them, like, hey, like, we are also thinking about the safety of your son.
Yes.
When he's 21, we
Yeah.
want him to be able to speak.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, So
Yes.
and Melissa, we kind of touched upon this last week about this last kid that died.
Yes.
This kid had 6 fights. His last 5, he had gotten knocked out in the first round.
Yes.
And here's his
Yeah.
6th fight. He gets knocked out in the first round, and again, and this time he dies.
Yeah, there's this thing called second impact concussions, which I think we've talked about in the past, where precisely you get hurt in the gym, but it may be subclinical. Maybe the fighter has a headache but never tells anybody. Or it gets to the second point where they're actually, upchucking, or they have a little bit of vertigo. But if they don't tell somebody, and their trade is all about, hey, I got to get you ready for your fight, nothing happens. And then you get just touched lightly and you're down because you already have a brain bleed. It's just not bad enough. And
Shouldn't somebody have looked at this kid after he got knocked out?
absolutely,
And
yes.
maybe when he got knocked out the fourth time in the
But
in the
how
first
is he
round.
not disbarred? And this is something that we were talking about somewhere in another context. You got a fighter that gets now. Let's talk about Wilder. I mean, Wilder got knocked down bad, right? And that knockdown in the 11th round was really bad.
Yes.
He was bleeding out of his ear and everything else. That was no joke.
Right.
So he's going to get suspended in Las Vegas for what, 90 days? But what about everywhere else?
Yeah.
And that's what happens. You get a fighter gets a knockdown. They're supposed to have an automatic suspension,
Yeah.
but because there's no national governance or international governance, there's no database that says, hey, this fighter suffered a knockdown. He's suspended or she's suspended because, parenthetically, we lost a young woman this summer from precisely the same thing, right? Why are they fighting? Why are they allowed to fight? If they're suspended in Vegas, why can they fight in Florida?
Well, it's good that Wilder made 40 million guaranteed. So
I
he
hope,
won't fight
and I hope he never
no
fights
time
again.
soon.
I'm saying it,
Oh man.
I hope he has enough FU money.
He fight again. He just couldn't fight Tyson Fury again. He didn't know he number 2 best in the world in the heavyweight division. Not number 1, but number 2.
Understood. I just hope he just takes his money and says, okay, adios, amigo, and open up lots of restaurants and be done. I know he's going to not do that, but it's what I hope for him because I want him to survive.
But once again, you talk about the safety of the fighter. This man has, go ahead and do your rewind thing here, K9. Not 1, but 2 fractured hips.
Oh, who
plus Deontay Wilder.
When was this? I didn't know about that.
Look right on ESPN Boxing.
Yeah,
and it'll show you that it says Wilder has 2 fractured hips.
From what?
Plus, evidently,
fractured hips.
Right, evidently from the
Oh,
well, I mean, the torque.
Tyson Fury cheated. It was the gloves.
Well, yes, those
Yeah,
Everlast MX. What the heck was he wearing those gloves for, right?
Yeah,
but
the hip.
so
So I mean, so he was
uh,
getting hit with illegal shots. If you're getting hit in the hips, them
no,
illegal. That's
no.
below. Huh?
No, what he's saying, what they're saying is that the torque that he was putting on those punches
Oh,
From his twisting.
is the
oh.
twisting. They're
I
not
got you.
they're not breaks. They're like stress fractures.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Plus,
got you.
he screwed up his hand
Oh,
wearing those horsehair gloves, which
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not used to fighting in, right?
yes.
I mean, he's a mess right now.
So
Yeah.
He is a
so
mess.
so like you say, K9,
Yeah.
40 million,
Man. What guaranteed
some, so
plus sponsorship.
yeah,
Right.
plus all the residuals. So
Yes.
the man and his family is set for life. He does,
Right. You
he
know,
he he can box
yes.
again, but
Yeah.
why, why
Why?
and who are, where are you going to get that same kind of thrill unless you're fighting somebody like a Joshua or
Yeah.
another champion? You're not going to get that thrill, fighting
Yeah.
a guy that's up and coming 15-0 or something.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not, you're not going to get that. You've been heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and you fought Tyson Fury 3 times.
Yeah.
What else do you have to prove? And most of all, what's that? How much was that again, Kayla?
40 million. And
Oh,
Tyson Fury got 80 million. Everyone
okay.
won that.
Yeah,
80 million.
but
And
you
if
can't.
said-
But you don't have to count Tyson Fury's money. You can go home and take care of your family and count your money.
Absolutely. But let me tell you something. Tyson Fury don't need to fight for 9 months or 6 months either, because he got hit hard too.
No.
He might have got hit harder than Wilder. He just don't have the same power. If Tyson Fury had the power that Wilder got, Wilder wouldn't be alive.
No, he would have been dead in the 7th.
I'm trying to tell you.
He would
So,
have
so
down in the 7th.
I believe more than what Tyson did to Wilder. I think Wilder did it more to himself. In round 1, because of the hype and because he wanted to win so bad, he punched himself out. He was tired the first round. His heart
Absolutely
carried
right.
him through to not 11 rounds. Fury was tired. Fury wasn't as in shape as Wilder. Wilder was in better shape, but Fury is just a better fighter.
He's a better fighter, and from around the 7th, 8th round, it kicked in. It's like it kicked in. And he woke up and went, "Oh right, I can fight." And he was suddenly moving. He had a little skip in his step. I mean, literally in the 11th round, he was on his toes throwing jabs.
Yeah.
The other thing about him, look, he had COVID this summer, and he turned out he had COVID twice. So so they say.
Yeah.
But don't discount it as affecting not only his training but his health.
Yeah.
And what that means longer term, we don't know, because COVID is bad.
Yeah. Yeah. That stuff ain't no joke. I mean, I don't know if I ever had it before, but I could have had it, because one day I just felt real bad. I felt sluggish. I never felt like that before in my life. I mean, but my body being as strong as it is, I'm constantly working out. I'm constantly eating the right things. I was able to fight it. But it was definitely different than a cold.
I talked to you that day, K9. I talked to you and I talked to SB.
Yes.
And if I had to bet money, I would have bet that you had came down with COVID.
That's what I'm saying, boy.
And you may well have, and you can, at some point get tested. I don't know if you've been
But
vaccinated now.
When you're a fighter, you go fight through it, boy, and be back right the next day. 2 days, I was back barking and biting.
But see, that was 2 days. But you
can't play with it. Ain't nothing to play with.
No,
it's not.
It's definitely nothing to play with it. And I thought now, perhaps Melissa, and I'm going to ask you now to show your age as far as knowledge. Okay? Would you rate this last fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury within your top 10 best heavyweight bouts of all time?
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, that's hard. That's hard. I mean, look, all those.
Just
the-
heavy, just heavyweights. Now,
I mean, okay, so there's all the three Muhammad Ali Frazier fights, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to tell him.
I mean,
I said,
it's
I
just
said
like
10.
a whole other place, you know.
I'm trying to tell him.
I said
tell him.
that okay, that would if you rank them and
So
and
those
then-
are three.
okay,
Yeah.
so
You know.
that's so right now we got him at 4.
You know, I mean, if you want to go way back, I mean, where did we
No,
start?
we're talking. We're talking.
versus Michael Moore.
We're talking in. Don't she said we gave her 3, and so right now we're at 4. We're talking in
There's the some the Tyson Tyson fights.
after
Riddick
everything
Bowe,
after.
Riddick Bowe and
Man.
Holyfield.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Come on,
that's
somebody.
okay. That's number 6.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Spinks and Muhammad. I mean, there's George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. Come on,
That's-
it's rumbling through.
Okay, that's all right. That's
Forget
not
about
that.
I mean,
Okay, that's
Spinks,
9.
That
That's
was
9.
one of the greatest
Man.
fights ever in the history of
That-
fighting. Man,
That's 9. Okay.
that's
Who
nine.
that guy knocked out Lennox Lewis, and then Lennox Lewis fought him in a rematch and knocked him out.
Oh, that was a great one too. Yeah,
So that would be 10.
yeah. I would say in this era, last 20 years, yeah, it's one of the better top 10. But I
Hold
don't.
Thank
I
you.
don't say all time.
No. I didn't say all. Now to see that there you go. Now that's your opinion. So
Well, that's from the
yeah,
60s on. Okay, I'm not
right,
even
right,
going.
right.
Okay,
So,
you said
no.
my breadth of experience, right?
Right,
So like.
right.
They-
My
look,
breadth of experience is, Sonny Liston and Cassius Clay. I was 10, right? So
watch the bottom of the screen. Watch the bottom of the screen.
so that would be Bert Cooper and Michael Moore. Come on now, that was before.
James
either
Stewart.
way.
I won't go there. I mean,
Yeah.
I was saying
Pretty quick,
60s forward, okay? But
Okay.
yeah, Riddick Bowe, Holyfield. I mean, that's reasonably close, right?
But you included that one, Melissa. You included
Right, I
that
did.
one.
I did.
you-
And
you-
Douglas Tyson. I mean,
And we
There
included
you go.
and we included all 3 Muhammad Ali Frazier fights.
yeah. And then, you got Joshua killing Klitschko. But that was, no, that wasn't one of the better fights.
Yeah,
that was
see, yeah.
okay. He
No.
won.
Well, but I'm saying, right around there, around the top 10.
And,
So,
in the 20th century, it might be top 10. See, 20th century.
the 20th century, that's 100 years. Come on.
No,
man.
You got Jack Johnson.
So now we're not gonna go into 20th century.
Who's
Yeah.
World War II?
In 2020, 2010.
I will say it is certainly in the top 10 fights of the decade. Going back to, if you look at from 2000 on, certainly, yeah, it's a very good fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
All right.
saying no. There are faults in the fight, right? We know what the faults are. Tyson Fury was sloppy. Wilder was
Rocky
exhausted by the
Marciano,
third
Archie
round.
Moore.
Yeah.
I was a baby then. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
come on, John.
I'm not. If we're going past, if we're going from the 50s or the 60s, hell no, it's not even close. If we're going the last 20 years, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
this
I'm talking about
generation
Yeah,
is
that's
top 10.
20th century,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the last 20 years.
Yeah,
just-
then
you know what,
yeah,
let's-
you're top 10
We so desperate in boxing to have
for anything.
Yeah.
that it was just like, man, it was like ice cream and cake. It was like candy for the first time as a kid. It was just,
Oh man. Oh,
But
man.
the other thing is, in my opinion, we also finally felt like we were going to have a heavyweight champion of the world in the old sense. We can all feel comfortable to say, yeah, Tyson's number one. We can feel comfortable.
Yeah.
With that. Okay,
Yeah.
say Tyson Fury is number one. He's the
Yeah.
lineal champ. We can
Yeah.
agree. We can all say, yeah, we can see
Yeah.
how he could be toppled. We can see that he could retire. There's a lot of other things. But
Right.
today we can say, wow, that was a damn good fight. They
Yeah.
really worked hard. He earned it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a walkover. It
Yeah.
wasn't they actually really tried to kick
Yeah.
the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. It lived up to the hype.
and we can be satisfied. For me,
Yes.
I can be satisfied and say, yep, I know who the heavyweight champion of the world is. It's Tyson Fury, and feel comfortable with that. And I can say, yeah, and we can argue who's number two. We can argue Wilder. We can argue where Usyk will be in all of this, or when
Yeah.
Joshua ever comes back. We can have those
Yeah.
arguments. But I can say, yep, there's a champion, a real heavyweight champion, and that has not been for a while. So in that sense, I feel good.
Right. Well,
now,
the crazy part about it is that Tyson Fury has Wilder's number. I don't really clearly think that he has every other heavyweight's number. He is the best heavyweight. He's never lost, and he beat the boogeyman. Anthony Joshua didn't want to go nowhere near Deontay Wilder.
No.
Tyson Fury said, I'll fight the bully. And now Tyson Fury is the man from that. So my hat goes off to Tyson Fury. Just even if he would have won the first time or the second time or the third time, I take my hat off to him because he came from all the way from United Kingdom over here to America and fought him. Not only beat him, but fought him.
Three times. Yeah.
Three times.
Three times. No, when AJ came here, he got the crap beat out of him by Ruiz and Madison Square Garden.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to get a lot. He got a lot of cojones.
And you got AJ saying, "Oh well, I'm still learning." That's his rationale for losing to you.
Come on, man. And now listen, Tyson Fury has been knocked down a lot of times in fights. He got knocked down by what's that? Cunningham. He got knocked down by Wilder, a lot of times. So he's actually, I think a fight between him and Anthony Joshua, especially if Anthony Joshua had never lost, would be a very, very competitive fight. I think Anthony Joshua has a better chance at beating Fury than Wilder. And you say might have a better chance. Did you see the fight between Tyson Fury and Oda Wilder? Oda Wilder's gonna fight Dylan White. He gave Tyson Fury a good fight. Tyson Fury was bleeding and everything.
I think Usyk gives him a good fight. And I don't care about the height. I think Usyk gives him a really good fight.
Yeah.
If they were to meet, I think that would be a very interesting competitive bout.
I don't think that Tyson Fury would even get up for nobody else. I think Tyson's career, his best fights are behind him. I think the best he gonna look is when he looked the way he looked last week, the weekend. I think he should retire and go and fly away into the sunset. He looks real good, and I don't think he's gonna get up for nobody else. Anthony Joshua, how can you get up for Anthony Joshua when he had lost twice? That ain't big as it was no more. And then he's gonna have to wait because it's an automatic rematch between him and Usyk.
Now, one of the things that really bothered me after that fight was when Deontay wouldn't shake Fury's hand. I thought that was a show, as much as I love Deontay and I'm in his corner, I think that Fury at least deserved that much respect.
But Fury called him a bitch.
But
that's a little hard.
And an idiot.
But hey, Mike Tyson bit Holyfield's ear off.
Right.
And so I mean, things happen in the boxing, and then you're supposed to settle them in the ring.
Yeah.
And K9, you have been one of the first to say, after the fight is over, the fight is over.
That's true.
We go home. We go home to our families.
Yeah.
This is a business.
Yes. I think he was wrong for that. I think you should have, congratulated him, man. You were the better man. You won, or whatever the case may be, and because I'm going to call you whatever I want to call you. I'm trying to get in your head as much as I can. And that's just because we about to fight. We're supposed to be nice to you. We about to fight. Yeah, you the B word, you some everything. Whether I call you that or whatever, I'm trying to knock your head off. You ain't my friend. Not before that bell ring.
You trying to take food off my table?
Absolutely. After the fight, come on, man. Hey, listen, if you reach out to me, hey, listen, man, good fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, but to just hold the animosity in there or still be mad, I mean, you gotta let it go. All it's gonna do is hurt you because you're not gonna be able to live with the man beat you. But if you live with that, look, he was the better man, he beat me. You know, life goes on. You got a wife, you got kids, you rich. I mean, you got the life, you got the world. You know, ain't nothing wrong with being number 2 sometimes. Hey, look, listen, man, you could say you was the heavyweight champ of the world one day to your grandkids. You know, I mean, you got a beautiful life. A lot of people would love to be in his shoes, to be able to fight in probably the tallest, the biggest heavyweight championship fight of all time for us height wise. You got the 2 guys 6'9" and 6'7". You got giants in the ring against each other. Both world champions at one point in time. That was a huge fight. I'm talking about not just money wise, but for us height wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, and that was really the only thing that I found that was lacking at the end of the fight was just the sportsmanship.
Yeah.
But
I agree. But hey, that's up to him. He got to live with that. You know what I mean? It ain't too late. He can say, "Hey, I was upset. I was mad, man." You know, he can reach out to him. You know.
Oh
hey,
yeah.
He got his phone number. He can reach out to him, call him. Everybody in the world would love to see, them 2 hug and because they put on a good performance. And you need to show, how great boxing is, that you can beat each other up and afterwards you can hug each other. You know.
The signing, Melissa. Jake Paul went on ahead and did it. The trigger's been pulled. What do you think that means for Miss Serrano?
Good question. That's it's his own little promotional company, MVP. I know they're talking to Eddie Hearn at Matchroom to set a fight between her and Katie Taylor. There are people that say it's really close. It's really close. Who knows? If it happens, it'll probably be in the spring. And but certainly it'll be. I think for more money. If it happens, it'll be for more money than it would have been, because that is what Jake Paul is about. He'll try to make this a big media event and make a lot of money out of it, because it's money that he'll make for himself. I don't think he's in this for the goodness of his heart, or to in any sense. He wants to support his fighter, Amanda Serrano, but he also wants to support himself. So he'll try to make this a very big money fight, whether the money is really there and whether he can promote it well enough, because it's going to end up being on him, because Eddie Hearn only promotes to a certain point in terms, even though he has such a big stable of women fighters at Matchroom Boxing, he's not doing the kind of A-level promotion that's needed for a big money fight. That just does not happen for women. So it'll end up falling on Jake Paul to do that, in my opinion. And we'll see what happens. We'll see whether he really has the will, and whether the money, they can really get the kind of payday that they're looking for, which I would assume be in the millions.
Well, but so do you think that this is like a crossroads for women's boxing? Because what if he's successful? Is he setting a higher bar?
He certainly is. Look, we've been here before in the sense that in Europe, Regina Halmich, who was a German fighter, she's earned $1 million for fighting. So we've been in this territory before. We haven't been in this territory this far along in the United States in a long time. And it could mean that it puts more legitimacy on it from a prize fighting perspective, or really from the standpoint of making money, because that's what it's all about. And if he can pull this off at a very high level of $1 million or more and make money out of it, then yeah, a lot of other people are going to sign on to that, because it's all about money. It means that Claressa Shields will have a better chance of being a millionaire doing a fight than other, really huge elite level fighters at that caliber.
we talked about the rematch, Usyk and Joshua. First of all, what did you think about the first fight? And here's another. You talk about uh, fighters that are actually able to hold their own when it comes to making money in their own country. Usyk is a fairly big name in Europe. I mean, he can bring in dollars too. I mean, he's not a household name over here, but a rematch Usyk Joshua is going to make money, and there's no particular guarantee that Joshua wins the rematch.
No, that fight, I thought Joshua was very disappointing in that fight. I think he underestimated who he was fighting. I don't know. He was muscle bound to me. He was stiff, and he really had no answer for Usyk's flexibility. He's a really great fighter. He's like a bigger version of Lomachenko. I mean, he's magic in the ring, and Joshua didn't have a game plan for that. And where he needed to be coming in fighting, coming in hitting, and he wasn't doing that. And so he lost the fight because he wasn't really fighting him. He was trying to box, and he can't box a boxer. It just was a mistake. And I think, we figured, the guy's coming up in the division he's coming into heavyweight. There's no way he's going to beat me. And he did. He got beat bad. Completely changed the trajectory of his career. It means that he doesn't fight Fury. Why would Fury fight him? He's got nothing to offer. Maybe if he beats Usyk in the rematch and he gets his belts back, maybe then. But by then, Fury may be saying, hey, forget it. Do I really need to be the undisputed champion? And that's the question he has to ask himself. And if he wants to be undisputed champion, then he'll fight whoever has that. And if he's got to wait till Usyk fights, he needs that time to rest up anyway. And then the question is going to be, does Joshua get it back? I doubt it. Or does Usyk keep it?
Well, now the next big fight, it's here, Crawford and Porter.
Yeah.
Warming up. Give us a little commentary there, Melissa.
I'm really excited finally to have Crawford do something. I think that's going to be a great fight. I really am looking forward to it. I don't have much more to say than that. I'm just excited that Crawford's getting to fight again. I wish it was Spence, but Sean Porter will do.
Hey man, Sean Porter, I like him. I like what him and his dad stand for.
Yeah.
But he fights like Vander Holyfield. Elbow, headbutt, knee, whatever it takes to win.
It's a fight.
Ugly fight. It's gonna be an ugly fight.
It's a fight. It's not Miss Universe.
Yeah.
There ain't no bathing suit contest in boxing. What are you talking about?
Hey, listen, Wilder looked wild, but it wasn't as wild as you're gonna see Sean Porter. That fight can get real ugly. I don't want to see an ugly fight. I want to see a good fight.
Right.
I want to see a great fight. Wilder and Tyson Fury was a great fight.
Then you don't want to see Sean Porter.
On the inside, no, I don't mind.
Sean Porter's a fighter. Sean Porter is not pretty.
But
Sean
Wilder
Porter ain't pretty when he put a suit on.
That's bold. I mean, his wife thinks so.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought he looked very good.
That's probably what the women say.
I like what he was wearing. I thought he looked fine.
You in the closet, son.
You look. Melissa like them guns. Did Sean
it was the suit. I thought the double monogram. I thought that looked very sharp.
Okay.
What can I tell you? Look better than Lennox.
Melissa, I know you're up there
Yeah, I gotta go.
in New York, and I know you got to go. So we're gonna
Yeah.
let you up out of here.
Well, hey,
Thanks as
listen,
always.
thank you. It's been great. Yeah, it's really sweet of y'all to have me on. I love it. I love you guys a lot. It's great.
Don't
Yeah,
forget to tell
appreciate you.
everybody where they can find you.
Sure.
Your
I'm
social media.
yeah, on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at girlboxing now, and I have my blog girlboxing.org on my website, and a bunch of other stuff that I do through the website. So go ahead and check me out. And thank you.
Any
Thank
Hall
you.
of Fame news? Anything going on?
Yeah, we got the top 10. We've got the modern women, and I think there's about 15 women on there, and so we're all voting now, and we got to get it in by the end of October, and then it'll be the class of 2022 will be announced in December. So we're real excited. Very exciting stuff.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to talking to you again soon.
Okay,
Appreciate
thanks.
Melissa. Yep.
Take care.
Let
Bye bye
everybody
now.
do it. All right. Cheers. Oh man, time went by quick today, buddy.
Well, we're waiting for your guy. I had to get him when I can, Bernie. You know, and you know, I know once you and Bernie get to talking, man, you know, it's like two old guys, you know. So you know,
You old guys. Oh man, you about
well,
99 years old. You can call me and him old, huh?
yeah, I can call you old. You know, well,
This guy here.
actually, I can call you youngsters. You know, but
Okay.
you know,
Come on, somebody.
you know, but you know, do you think that we spoke about all of them, you know, and I really think it showed. Uh, I don't think that Malik, even though he tried to be that voice
Yeah.
and that guy,
Yeah.
you know, but a lot
Yeah.
of guys can't really pull that off,
Yeah.
and you know, I think it kind of goes back to a discussion that you and I had about you know, changing trainers
Yeah.
and what you look for
Yeah.
in your trainer when you make that change. You don't just make that change just for the sake of a change, just because I can hire somebody else.
Yeah.
You should hire because that somebody brings something new to the table
Yeah.
and adds something to your arsenal.
Yes. And you have to have someone that's better than your previous trainer. And I think Wilder did better this fight because he was determined more than just what Malik Scott brought to the table. I think he wanted to beat this man no matter what, and he don't feel like the fight should have been stopped the second time. And I think only thing that what Malik brought to the table more than anything is he trusted Malik. Wilder trusted Malik, so he was willing to do whatever Malik said because he trusted him. So whatever Malik was saying in his ear or in camp, Wilder believed it. That's why Wilder hired him. And it wasn't a bad strategy, but you can't teach, as they say, an old dog new tricks. Wilder has been knocking people out since day one. And no matter what you try to teach him or what I try to teach him or what Malik try to teach him, when it's all said and done, he going for the knockout. And everything else is out the door. He might try the first round, might try the second round. But if it don't work, he's swinging for the fences. He going back to the old Wilder.
Who's here? Thought I heard somebody.
Vince.
Oh, that's Vince.
What's happening, fellas?
There we go. What's up, champ?
Vince,
Oh man, all good, man. Blessed by the best.
Blessed by the best, I must confess.
And you know the rest.
That's right. There's no contest.
Now Vince didn't get his canine gear on tonight, but that's
Oh,
all right.
man.
Oh man, you know what? I was going to have my K9 gear on, man, and I messed around, grabbed the wrong hat, man.
Okay.
It was supposed to say K9.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's all good. Hey, at least you thought about it.
So Vince, you got out the gym a little earlier.
Yeah, I had some guys sparring earlier, and that was the main thing I had to keep my focus on, watch my guys spar.
Oh man,
so they out there finishing up. They know how to finish up by themselves.
Let me see a little pad work or something. Pad work or a couple of jabs or something.
Oh, a little something.
That wasn't a jab. That was a right hand. That was a Wilder right hand.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Now we talking.
Hey, we tell Wilder throw the jab, we throw the right hand.
Man, that was something else, man.
It was a great
but
fight.
You know, that fight was so predictable to me, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's not a mystery, you know. Like that saying goes, can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, come on now.
That's a prime example.
I just rewind that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say rewind it. Come on, Ken, you got to give me.
I just said that.
oh, wait, you went through the.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Yes, it's rewind.
That's for real though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, even like with my guys here, I'm telling you, I got to the point now, you know, after my trip to Chicago and seeing the youngsters out there, because I'm telling you, it's like Midwest is a whole different atmosphere of fighters.
Yeah.
And I think it's the hunger that they got back there. They're more hungrier back there. Out here, man, I'm telling you, they just so lax.
Yeah.
It can irritate you if you let it get to you.
Yeah.
But especially coming from back east and then coming out here, and it's like, man, you know, I had a 5-year-old that worked harder than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and it seemed like they got more natural talent. But what it is it's almost like the way it was when we was coming up.
Yeah.
We was athletically inclined, man. We was out there, man. Hey, we was like dogs chasing cars, all kinds of stuff, you know, playing football out on the cement street, you know, tackle football in the snow.
Yeah.
No problem.
You got any of your future world champions that's close by?
And who?
And your future world champions that's close by. You want to see what you're working with? Any of them you want to say?
Man, you know what? I got one that's out there right now. He's getting.
I see somebody
working with him right now. Little Stevie. Man, this boy Stevie is cold, man. He's a natural, man.
Oh, that's
you got your phone? Yeah, take a walk.
What's that?
Take a walk. Let's see what you're working with. You
Exactly.
got your phone?
Oh, okay.
You got your phone with you?
Right. This is supposed to be.
Okay, I can just hardly hear though. But
you just trying to see.
Yeah, I tell you, this kid right here, man, he's cold-blooded, man. He gonna be. Can you see him? All right, champ. Good work.
Blue.
Yeah, he getting school right now.
Okay. Yeah, we see it back there.
That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. We got another one right here. He just turned pro. Chino.
Okay.
He just had his first pro fight. We got a bunch of them, man. I got a little shorty right here, man. This boy is a windmill, man. You know, all right, champ. And Aaron is a body puncher. Man, I'm telling you, we got a lot of work out here, man.
Okay.
We got a lot of work out here, man. But you know what? My plan is to bring some of these guys out to the East Coast. There's one of my guys right here, Gio.
Okay.
Excellent body puncher, man, and he's a natural too. But even though they're natural, I tell you what, you still got to keep them on the basics. You know, I don't care how good they look. You can't just let them go off of their natural ability and just think that they're gonna ride with it.
Right.
No, you still got to teach the basics on top of that.
That's right.
You know, else you're not doing your job as a trainer. You know,
you gotta have to back to the basics, no matter what.
Vince,
right. I'm telling you.
Is that one of the faults that when you look at Deontay Wilder, like you said, that fight was kind of predictable, but is that one of the guys that you would say that has used more of his natural ability rather than really get in the gym and learn his craft?
Wait. You talking about Deontay Wilder?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you on that. I really, I ain't got nothing against the man, but I really don't see no natural ability.
Ooh.
I'm a fighter from back in the I'm a fighter from back in the 70s and 80s, late 70s and 80s. But at heart, I'm a fighter from back in the 30s and 40s. Because that's the fights I used to study.
Come on, JK.
And so when it comes to a fighter fighting that way, the problem is ain't nobody in the heavyweight division. And more than that, ain't nobody in hardly any of these divisions now that knows any of the basics. You got a handful out there that still got it. And you got some old timers like K9 right there that got the skills and the knowledge and but overall, man, boxing has really gotten kind of weak. I mean, the picking is out there, man. If you got a guy that really dedicates himself and gives his all to it, that's all I preach to my boys. I let them know, man, come on. But they used to do it to us too. They used to always tell, man, if you just do everything you need to do.
Yeah. They don't listen.
Sounds simple.
They don't listen.
Right.
They know it all.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. But yeah, and that's Dante, and that's how some of these fighters are too.
Yeah.
Some of these fighters nowadays. It's this generation, man.
Yeah, how you got it all? You ain't got to pop the piss in and the window to throw it out. You got it all.
Now that's some East Coast old school right there.
There you go.
I ain't got to pop the piss in and the window to throw it out of. Yeah,
you know, my mom used to tell me all the time.
Grandpa used to tell me that, so I know it's been around for a long time.
Exactly. Yeah. They watch what everybody else got. Like they want what Gervonta Davis got, but don't want to put the Gervonta Davis work in.
Right.
He
put work in, and he had a solid amateur career.
Right.
But K9, you're in contradiction to what Vince said, because Vince just said that he didn't think he had that much ability, but he had that much heart, and the fact that Deontay.
Oh no, I said Gervonta.
Oh, Gervonta. How did we get from Gervonta to Deontay to Gervonta? We did.
He said fighters. When he said fighters, that means whoever that's out there. He said fighters. He said fighters. These fighters.
But I think Gervonta. I don't think Gervonta and Deontay are cut from the same cloth, because
they rhyme.
Because I think, Vince, wouldn't you say that talent-wise, Gervonta does have talent and he does have the heart more than what you were saying about Deontay? Gervonta, wouldn't you put them in a different class of fighters?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, put it like this. Okay, I ain't got nothing against Rolly either. Rolly is Rolly. I remember when he first turned pro. I was there when he first turned pro in Vegas. I was there for his first pro fight. But overall, fighting skill wise, I give it to him because he got him a belt. He won a world title. And anybody that gets in the ring, you got to take your hat off to him for doing it anyway.
Yes, sir.
But now, him against Tank, hands down, I don't see. A lot of people say, well, he still got to punch his chance. Everybody got to punch his chance. What you mean, just him? No, anybody got to punch his chance. Anybody. He just punch hard. But you know what? With his style and Gervonta's skill, Gervonta is too slick to get caught with anything that he can see coming. You know what I'm saying? When you load up like Dante, and you like, hello, here come a right hand,
Devontae,
and you got a half hour to duck it, you know, and counter. Hey, ain't no way he's gonna catch Tank. And Tank has got skills, man.
he got skill.
He's got an excellent amateur pedigree.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's where it come from. You know,
K9,
that's just where it come from.
K9 posted something. I forget whether it was on Instagram or somewhere when you showed that you were talking about Devontae and you showed that uppercut in the corner.
Yeah.
I was like, good night.
Exactly. You saw that in my story. So
yeah. I seen that. Yeah.
You know, we might not comment, man, but we see you. Come on, man. You the real dog, man. What's up?
Yeah.
You know, but Vince,
you.
what's going on in Chicago, man? I know you got some, you know, a few things up your sleeve that you can't really, you know, divulge.
Oh yeah,
right now,
I got some cards I can't deal out yet, but I'm working on some stuff, man. You know, I'm always working on something.
And
when
look,
it comes to
me
Chicago,
and K9 got to get at that blackjack table, man. You got to deal us a hand, man. What's happening, man? Come on now. You know.
Hey man, well, you know, I'm always trying to work with the champs back there.
Yeah.
And let them get the recognition that they all deserve. You know, like I had the award ceremony and everything. I'm gonna continue that every year.
Hey, he took a step out the game.
Just K9, we will be represented this weekend at Scully's reunion out here in LA. I haven't decided exactly. I know we will definitely have a hat there, depending on whether it's inside or outside. But yeah, I got my little ticket today, so I'm going to go up and probably take some pictures with Michael Nunn and the boys. Vince is supposed to meet me there, so you know, I'm gonna take you. So yeah, I'll be there next Tuesday. You know, we'll have some maybe some guests from the reunion.
Team K9 in the building.
Just you know, you can look for us to post some stuff on YouTube. The reunion is Saturday, from 12 to 4. Vince, you're back.
Yeah.
I was talking about the reunion.
Oh man. No, wait. Did I do it right?
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Hey man, I don't know, man. You gotta watch out for them right hands, man. Them right hands will take you out, man.
You swung and hit yourself.
Hey, yeah, that's what's going on this week. My man John Scully, you know, he always come through. It's gonna be at is it Jackson's gym?
Yeah, Jackson.
JAX.
Yeah.
SON. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be down there. I know he said Michael Nunn will be there. Several guys. Darren Allen, a bunch of amateur greats.
You said you hadn't seen Michael Nunn since when? I think we talked about
since
that.
Amateur days, man. Amateur days. And I'm talking about like around 80, 79, 80.
Yeah, I talked to him on my birthday. I was out.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy took me out for my birthday, and I talked to Michael Nunn at the table.
Oh man! Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Awesome!
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I think I seen something on that. Yeah, I did. I think I did see something on that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm getting ready for that this coming weekend, and then
I'll be in LA.
I'm hoping to see Jay. I'm hoping to see Mr. King there.
I'll be there. I got my ticket. My bags is packed. The only thing I got my K9 gear, my K9 hat and gear.
There you go.
In the suitcase.
I got my K9 gear, man. Well, we're gonna be geared up, man.
Oh, man. Show some love, fellas. Show some love. I'm here with y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna be geared up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
That's
in
real.
LA
That's
Friday
real.
night. So yeah, if you get there before me, you got my number, so you know where I'll be. We can
Yeah,
hook up
yeah.
Friday night or
Yeah, yeah.
something.
Once I get there, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna show
Yes,
hit you up and find where you at.
yeah, Scully.
You know, because
I'll
I ain't
be.
but down the street from there.
Well, I'll either be in West Hollywood or else I'll be on Crenshaw. You know,
Uh-oh.
okay. Hey,
Hey, see, K9 don't know nothing about that.
Nah. What I don't know.
hey. Well, I'll put it. I'll
Crenshaw.
put.
Nah, no.
That's our 8 mile.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's the
okay.
8 mile. Yup,
oh.
yup.
That's where it go down there, huh?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
what my little brother got a studio over there, so
Okay.
hey, you know, hey, I ain't never been scared of the hood. The hood need to be scared of me. I'm down. I'm good with it. Shit.
Hey, they better recognize.
I'm telling you.
They better recognize. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who all we got up in here? Look like everybody done left the gym now.
well, we getting ready to get up out here. K9 been up all day, I know. So
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna
People
let.
Oh,
calling
man.
me and texting me, and man, much love. I appreciate y'all, boy. You hear me? See y'all again.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
Tuesday? On a dog pound. Much
Oh,
love.
yeah.
Thank you for tapping in always.
Oh, man, it's always a pleasure, man, to be hollering at y'all, man.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
So I love
And
good work.
let
hey, I
us
look
know
to
where
see
we can
you.
find
I
you.
look to see you this weekend, Mr. King.
I'll be there. And tell us where we can find you on social media.
Okay, yeah, you can always find me on. You can check my page, Chicago Boxing Brotherhood Incorporated on Facebook. You can check me on Vince Rock Hudson on Instagram or on Facebook, and you're gonna be hearing a lot more from a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have going on in a few, man. Because it's all about us helping each other out, man. That's what brotherhood is about.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. You gotta tell some of your little your young dogs. You gotta subscribe to the channel so when we go live, they can be supporting the channel.
There we go. There we go. That's for sure. That's for sure.
K9
Yeah.
boxing, buddy. K9 boxing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We gotta spread the word, man.
Absolutely.
All right, champ.
All right, my dog. Appreciate you.
Okay. All right, for
Yeah.
sure, man. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Good bark, boy.
All right. Dog pound for life.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, champ.
talk to you later,
Later.
man. I'll talk to you this weekend.
All right.
All right, champ. Well, I know maybe Bernie couldn't make it tonight, but you look like you ready to knock it out anyway. So let's go through K9's corner, man, and wrap this on up.
Yes, at K9's corner. I want to say, man, skills pay the bills, and don't think just because you strong like Mike Tyson that you just gonna be able to get in the ring and knock everything down. It's gonna come a time when the bully gonna fight back. But somebody that's not as big as you, not as ugly as you, gonna be able to whoop your butt. And so that's what happened in the fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a bigger dude. But Wilder is a bigger puncher. But Tyson Fury started boxing at the age of 10. Let me rewind that. Tyson Fury started boxing at the age of 10. So Tyson Fury has more experience. Now, Wilder, I believe, started boxing when he was 18 or over. I believe he was in his 20s, I think. I need to do the homework on that. But if I'm not mistaken, he started boxing in his 20s. And he did it for a good reason. He wanted to take care of his daughter. And, I think he got injured. He was a basketball player. So he picked up boxing at a late age and became the heavyweight champion of the world. Let me rewind that. The heavyweight champion of the world. And at one point in time, before he fought Tyson Fury, he had 40 knockouts with 40 wins. Let me rewind that. 40 knockouts with 40 wins. But he ran across Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury had more experience. more skills, and Tyson Fury beat him because Wilder hit a man who hit him back. He got in the ring with somebody that wasn't scared of him. You know, his trainer, Malik Scott, who trained Deontay Wilder, was so scared that Deontay Wilder hit him with a punch that missed, or he missed the punch he threw. And do you know that Malik Scott fell down and didn't get back up? He had that same Mike Tyson effect. People were scared when they got in the ring with him. You know, Deontay Wilder stopped a guy I know. Yeah, he stopped a guy I know from my city in Detroit. And you know, so he had that fear factor, kind of like Mike Tyson. But when the bully fights back, or when you get in the ring with somebody that's not scared of you and they got some skills, what are you gonna do? So what I'm saying, if you're an athlete, don't just go off with just rare talent. Don't just go off with just, I can beat people on the streets. Go and get some experience. If you want to be a boxer, go get some experience. Get the right kind of sparring. Get amateur fights, as many amateur fights as you can. Try not to get hurt. And then you have a better chance. Because you might not have that same power. I don't think you will have that same power that Wilder has. And be able to get to where Wilder got to in that period of time later on in his career or later in life, like he did. So, you know, what I'm saying, man, is, you know, learn. Be willing to listen. Get some experience. Don't be a bully. And, you know, you could go far. I'm saying that. I'm not saying because, I mean, I was similar to Deontay Wilder. I had the fear factor. I started boxing late. But I did get the experience that I needed to know that I can't knock everybody out. So what happens when you don't knock everybody out and you go the distance and a guy fights back? It's a chance you could lose. I went in there trying to be a bully my very first fight on TV. Well, my very first main event fight on Showtime. Trying to be a bully and went out there and the guy fought back. The guy wasn't scared of me. He was smaller than me. And he beat me. Stopped me in the first round. So skills pay the bills. Guy first. And you can find me, JK, at K9 Boxing on all social media. And definitely you can super chat because we right there. You can super chat. You know, you can hit the Cash App, $sign K9 Boxing. If you want to support the channel, because I take the money I get off the channel and I put it back into the channel. That's how I get the lights. You see, I get bigger lights, better lights. I go get the microphone, the chair, everything I get is for the channel that comes through the donations that people send here. So, JK, you see, everything goes to create the channel, to better the challenge.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bettering the channel and supporting the game of boxing. That's
there you go.
That's what we're all about. So,
hey, what can you find you at, JK?
All you have to do is go on Facebook.
Yeah.
JEK3.
Yeah.
I'm right there. I cover a lot of things, not just boxing. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
We can talk about everything from left hooks to vaccinations.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Yeah.
K9, as always, man, we appreciate and look forward to talking to you next week, man. And I see you out there every day on Instagram and all over social media. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Keep the name out there. And hey, as for our audience, we'll see y'all next Tuesday, man. Right here on the Dawg Pound.
That's right. And I did beat the guy I lost my first fight to. For those that didn't know, if they watched that fight and they probably, they're gonna laugh at you. But I got the last laugh. I won in the rematch. That's right. Much love, y'all.
So when I see you tomorrow on Instagram,
I
want 25 of my push-ups.
You got it. I'll send you a video.
All right, my dog.
What's happening? All right, my dog. One love.
All right. Talk to you next week.
That's right. Here we go, chap. One love. Yeah.